we've known. From the TikTok tales to the fam on Zoom, we bring the whole world right into this room. Every story, every tear, every joke we share, got that joy down in the air. So we sing it everywhere. It's the Brudsy and Kitty Christmas show. Hey! Turn it up, let that good new flow. Talking real life, talking what's going on. But the love of Jesus keep us standing strong. Oh, it's the Brudsy and Kitty Christmas show. Feel that hope in your heart start to glow, From the trending news to the testimonies told, we got that Christmas joy for every soul. From the mamas in the kitchen to the night shift crew, to the folks riding solo need a word brand new. When the world feel heavy, headlines feel wrong, we gon' clap back with a hallelujah song. Every story, every mess that he turned to grace, every shout in this podcast space, put a praise on every place. When I say Brudsy, you said Julie. Brudsy Kitty, Brudsy Kitty. When I say Christmas, y'all say show. Christmas show. Christmas show.
Good afternoon, good people. You're watching the Brudsy and Kitty show. It is not the Christmas show. I just like that song, and I thought we make a lovely Christmas song and a Christmas theme song, and then we only get to play it once a year. Doesn't make sense. Kitty, how are we doing? It's Tuesday. How are you feeling?
I'm good. Yesterday, right, we spoke about gossiping, right? And
This is going to be funny.
I'm not really a gossip, but oh my God, am I a gossip right now? I need to talk about it. Brooklyn Beckham has made a statement about his family. OMG. Now, we know that the Beckhams do not tell anybody anything. And we know that there's been a little bit of a divide between Brooklyn and Nicola and the Beckhams. Turns out it's all the Beckhams, and he's literally spilt the tea. It's amazing. Sorry, I just needed to talk about it. And it's trending. It's trending like crazy. Oh,
I have seen it. It's something petty over a dress or something like that. I saw something about that. No.
well, yeah, there is that petty, right? I've made some notes,
Okay.
right? Basically, she pulled the dress at the 11th hour. So Victoria was meant to be making the dress, and then at the 11th hour said, no, I'm not doing it.
Well, that's certainly something. What women are like, knowing what women are like with weddings and dresses and stressing. I imagine changing the dressmaker at the last minute. When they say the last minute, what does that mean? That, like, you know,
11th hour, I'm going to go within weeks of the wedding. Apparently, the night before, they were trying to make him sign over his name, Brooklyn Beckham.
yeah.
And apparently, the fact that he didn't was what stopped a payday. So they're fuming with him.
Okay.
And the best bit for me, because I've got visions in my head, is apparently Victoria hijacked the first dance. So the wedding's gone up to dance with his new wife, and apparently Victoria's standing there, not the wife. And then, in his words, I'm paraphrasing, she danced very inappropriately with me, on me. She was on me. And I have never been so humiliated in all my life. Can you imagine Victoria Beckham?
Dancing on me, yeah. Back in the day would have been too bad. Victoria Beckham dancing on me. Can I imagine it? Yes, I think I can do. I think I can squeeze one out for that, yeah.
The claws are out, honestly. I've been making memes all day about it because it just absolutely makes me cry laughing.
I think we all know that celebrities and people in the public eye, they live a weird life. They have weird dynamics, weird family dynamics. They have a kind of god complex or goddess complex as well, where they feel like they can do whatever they want to do. I don't know if I've got too much energy for this story, to be honest with you.
No,
Um,
I have. But all I'm saying is it's big news. And if anybody wants to tell me what they think,
yeah,
because I am sort of invested in this right now, because there's more. He's blocked all his family on the socials, so it's real because all the family have been blocked.
yeah,
He's invited from the 50th birthday, and he's decided to stay with the billionaire.
yeah. Is there a fee? When I heard it, I must admit, when I heard it, I thought to myself, do they just deserve a little bit of privacy? I know they obviously the Sun's come out and obviously said some stuff, but I feel like this is the kind of stuff that it's family stuff, really. Like it should stay in family. Obviously, they're a family in the public eye, and people are going to talk about it. But it's kind of like with the gossipy things yesterday. It's kind of like does it? I don't know. I suppose if I get a million views on the story, then obviously I'd probably be thinking differently about it. But if I get a million views on it, I'll talk about freaking dog poop for
It
Matthew.
literally, it's gone crazy. It's
Yeah,
gone.
it has. It has. I saw it.
This family don't say a word, do they? They're
No.
like royals, never complain, never explain. They just don't.
Mm.
But if you remember, Meghan accused Victoria of planting stories about her.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn has said that she has been doing this for years. In this statement, he said that she's been writing her own narrative in the press.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when people talk about themselves, they're not going to talk about their flaws, and they're going to obviously, paint themselves as holier than thou. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the family need their privacy, and they should try and sort it out indoors. If that's probably the best way of doing it. Until we hear some sort of P Diddy kind of stuff.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
it just intrigued me that today. I'm intrigued. I'm getting.
Intrigued.
I've done AI stuff. I'm just giggling to myself because the thought of Victoria on him, your mum.
Well, be careful with the AI stuff. If you do anything like that, unfortunately that's a crime, and that's a crime now. So we can't, like, as much as I would love to make some seductive, not necessarily degrading or anything like that, but some funny sort of memes and stuff. With these celebrities now, especially if it goes viral, you're in big trouble. But Kitty, the story, the story today, the question today. Is it the right thing to do to tell someone that their partner is cheating, especially a friend? Let's keep it to a friendship level. Is it the right thing to do?
I think as well, you've got to look at it, how close of a friend you are. If it's just an acquaintance, I might not. If it's my best friend, I might encourage her to do some investigating.
Yep. I mean, what are the pros? Let's just say, what are the pros of dobbing someone in, or telling someone, or telling a friend? The pros are, I mean, obviously, they're being lied to. You don't want them to be made a fool of. And maybe that's the point as well. You might see something, hear something, and then it might just get swept under the rug. But if someone's out there putting it about all over town, then that makes them look like a fool. And if everyone knows and you're not telling them, and it's just like a big joke against that person, then I suppose that's probably the point where you have to say, look, you know what, he's a bit, he's doing a bit of the wrong things. I don't want to get involved. But
if my friend was being laughed at, I would. I think, right. I've been in this situation where I was out one night and I saw my friend's boyfriend and he was chatting a girl up, and I was with that group of friends. That group of friends.
Yep.
And they all saw it as well. Right. So I knew what they were going to do. They were going to go straight to that woman and they were going to tell her straight away. Now, he was only talking to her. He was being flirtatious. You could see the flirtation. But he was just talking to her. So the next day, everyone's ringing me up going, you better tell your friend. I was like, I'm not telling her because I didn't see anything. All I saw him was talking to a woman a little bit flirtatious. We've all been a little bit flirtatious when we're out, blah, blah, blah. But I did ring that bloke up and say, be prepared because everybody saw you. So if you have done something, or you were about to do something, or you were caught doing something, tell yourself, because
I think we spoke about this a couple of days ago. I think I don't know if it was yesterday or a couple of days ago. We spoke about when men when men cheat, they tend to be very stupid in their public town with the next door neighbor. Like, you know, if you live in a small town and you're out there bloody thinking you can chat up girls, especially if it's a small little town. I mean, you've got families. You've probably, you know, he's probably gone to school with, like, so you got so and so's probably gone to school with their kids and blah blah blah, like all sorts of dynamics. The world is such a small place, and when you narrow that down to an area, good God, that area is even smaller, mate. Sometimes, like you know, we went to the Glamour Awards. I saw someone that lived right. I saw there was someone that lives less than 100 meters away from me.
yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how you can just go somewhere and bump into somebody randomly, and it just shows you that. Or you could see somebody that you know is with somebody, but they don't know who you are.
Is it fate? Do you ever wonder if it's fate or not to see certain things, or when things happen? Because it's like so weird. If you actually think about the dynamics of, like, you know, witnessing something, seeing something, is it fate? Were you meant to be there at that time? Like, you know, you just happened to go, you forgot to go back into the shop and get something. You went back in the shop and then you saw something. It's weird whether it's like divine intervention or if it's just a coincidence.
I always say you're on the path that you're meant to be on. You are right where you
Divine intervention, you'd say.
Yeah, right where you're meant to be at that time. So if you see something, but then I am really, really funny about breaking up people's relationships as well, because I have been on the receiving end of that, where you've told somebody something and you've become the bad guy, you've become the villain.
Yeah,
they, like you say, go on to sort it out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you can't be around them two, because he says, I don't want anything to do with her because she's the one that caused the problem between us, not him flirting or him, you know, sleeping about.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. And we've had a few comments. I think I've sent them to you, one or two, but just roll off the first one. What we got on the first one?
The first one, right. And this is from a girl in Bath. She discovered that her friend Lucy's partner was cheating. She decided to tell Lucy, hoping to protect her. However, Lucy and her partner tried to work things out, and the revelation caused a lot of tension and eventually led to the end of their friendship. She regretted the decision deeply. Now, that's exactly what more or less happened with me.
Yeah.
I mean, this girl obviously thought she was. You've got to look at it this way. Would you want to know yourself?
Oh, there is that Mario Wines song, isn't it? I don't wanna know if you're playing me. Keep it on the low. One of my favorite songs, to be fair.
Yeah. But would you want to know if somebody was cheating on you and you thought they were laughing at you?
No, yeah, for sure. For sure, if people are if no one wants people laughing at them, no one wants to think that they're a mug. So if there are people laughing at you, I think most people would want to know, like, for sure, and even brush it off a little bit. Oh, we're Muslim anyway, so we can have 4 wives, so, like, you know, like that. You know, because you know what it is. You know, women will put up with a lot of stuff, just not being made to look stupid. Like, you know, so if you know, you don't want people, and men as well. Men don't want to look stupid either. Like, you know, let's just be fair. Women and men cheat. We're not slammed. This is one of those universal debates today, guys. When it's not just women. It's not just men. Trans people. Everyone cheats. Like, you know, we've got to bring the trans community back in as well. Trans women cheat. Trans men cheat. Women cheat. They cheat. Them cheat. There's about 100 other pronouns that I could say, but yeah.
They've given up kung fu fighting and now they're all cheating.
Yeah, indeed. So being made a fool of, no, it's definitely not right. And I think people.
I always think like that. You know, if I've got something to tell, would I want to know? So that's why I went to this person and I said, look, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. This is how I saw this. It could only be taken this way. And I know for a fact that they went home together in a taxi. Now, I can't say that they, you know, they left together. That's what I said. They left together. I can't say any more than that because obviously I wasn't wherever they went.
Yeah.
But I thought you would like to know. And the girl obviously was distraught. She was absolutely, but she
Yeah.
picked while I was there and started riling him out while I was there. She was like, and Kitty saw you and this, that, and I was like,
Yeah. It is tough sometimes when you see something and you say something, and I've probably got myself in this situation a few times where, like, I might have said something and I thought, oh, that was a bit. Did you see so and so? Like, I'm a bit of a gossip myself, to be honest with you. To be honest, so I've got myself in them situations, and you get confronted with it, and it's just like, oh God, I did not say that. I just said, and you just think to yourself, why on earth did I say anything? Sort of, there is that part. Do you know what though? What I would say as well, sometimes things happen, circumstances happen that sound and look horrendous, look absolutely horrendous, but they're harmless. And what men end up doing and getting themselves in trouble is they end up lying just to make a story sound more believable, right? Because the truth, you wouldn't believe it. Like, you just wouldn't believe it. Like, and when I think about situations like, reversing it, like say, like, if a woman was in the same situations I've been in and stuff like that, like, I think to myself, there's no fucking way, mate. Like, this like, you would think that, like, you generally would think that, but then obviously being in a situation like, I work with women all the time, like, I'm out shooting bloody movies and bloody doing things like that, like, and it's not, it sounds a lot worse than it actually is. And I think it's like, until you're actually in the business, you don't actually see it for what it is. You just see it from the outside looking in, thinking, oh, what the fuck, like, girl, boy, blah blah blah, like, but in reality, it's people of business minded trying to make some bloody bread.
yeah, and also people on the outside wouldn't get it. I would imagine if you told them what you do and where you go and what you see.
It's the first. I get that all the time. Oh my God, man! You're with all these bloody girls and stuff. I get from people from my area and stuff message me all the time. I see you with these girls and stuff. I'm just like, buddy, mate, this is graft, man. It's not what you think.
Because that's what they would do.
Of course, it's exactly that. Like, oh yeah, bring me on one of those things. All they want to do is freaking cheat on. All they want to do is do the things that I probably shouldn't be talking about on this show, but never mind.
Yeah, to me, having been cheated on several times.
Yeah.
Right. At first, because I was getting a good life, and I was like the Russian bride. I see nothing. I knew things were going off, but I see, right. So I was blinkered. And in the end, when we had nothing, and I was literally making the money to keep us going, and he was taking all that money and he was spending it on other women. That's when I said, no, you're not making a fool of me. You're not taking my money. You can take your money and go and spend it on women, but you're not spending my money that I make.
See, Kate, you've just stumbled into a horrible trap door that, men will say, look at these women. They're bloody vultures. You can do whatever you want to them as long as you're paying the bills. The moment that man fell on hard times, you were like, you ain't shit. Like, and that's what this is red. We always fall into red pill sort of like trapdoors, and that's a red pill trapdoor that they always open with women. Like,
The thing was, we was on our arse at that time. And he was still spending money like
that's not
he got it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like trying to keep everything going in the bag. I'm running houses here, there, and everywhere. I've got like this going off. I am making money, and then he's going out and he's spending that money that we should be using to live on other women. That's the only reason I said.
Yeah, of course.
The fact that he had nothing, I was quite happy to provide for the family. It was my turn to step up. That's not what. It's when he started, and
you can't still be acting like a king if you're not producing. If you're not producing, I think if you're
producing, and he had his money, and he could go and do whatever he wanted. He could go and buy them jewelry. He even took my jewelry, took the stones out of it. I'm talking diamonds and stuff. Took them out and replaced them with glass, and was giving them to these girls.
That's a lot of effort. Replacing them with glass, that's a lot of effort.
You know, like I'd put the ring on and it was like, it just didn't have the weight to it. And I knew, and
Yeah.
earrings in, and they just didn't have that feel. And I just knew straight away. So I took them to be values. And I think that the valuer thought I was going to be shocked when he went,
Yeah.
it's glass. And I was like, oh, okay, I knew it would be. Thanks a lot. And I thought,
What have you found out? It was always glass.
I think you can sort of tell with the difference, and I could just tell. But even things like he was taking my clothes and he was giving them to her. So here I am breaking my back, trying to make sure that we've got money, and he's out there cheating, and everybody knew.
Yeah,
Everybody knew. And that to me then was I was being made a fool of. There I am trying to make the money. You could, while you're making your own money, mate, you can go and do what you want. And I still made money while he was making the big money. Not obviously to the level he was.
Yeah.
But the moment I had to become the sole provider, I was not providing for another house or other children, because he had other children as well. I was doing that.
Yeah. I mean, to be in that dynamic, you know, you're being looked after by a man, and then he stops providing and then still continues to act like Jack the lad out there playing the field. I don't think you can do that. It's kind of like what we speak about, all the sort of like, even the guys with bad backs thinking that they can be kings like Andrew Tate. They deserve to be driving. Andrew Tate told them that men deserve this, men deserve that. And you got these guys that just don't even work, and maybe guys that do work and maybe they just earn a normal salary, thinking that they can put demands on women and stuff like that. You know, I'm a king and blah blah blah. Like, you know, no. And even they laugh. The red pill kind of guys, they laugh and they say like, nah, you got to be earning 100K to £500,000 a year to sort of be living that, to be able to be comfortable living your life and start putting demands on people.
Yeah, it's like we've always said, haven't we? You know, like the 80s and those like they can do that. They can go out. These rich men, and I'm talking these, you know, private planes and you Jake Paul. They can go and do that.
Yeah.
You are just a normal person. You haven't got the minerals for it, mate. You haven't got the bankroll for it. You haven't got the bankroll for however many women, different women on this night, different women on that night, different. You haven't got it. I'm happy with what you've got. You've got a beautiful wife. You've got this, but unfortunately, there are some people that just aren't going to ever be happy with just normal.
No.
They think they deserve.
And I think everyone that opens up their social media app thinks they deserve more now. Like, you know, this is just what it is. Like, you know, I couldn't tell you how many people are just leaving their relationships now, like, you know, just leaving them because they think they deserve more. And like I said, you know, I spoke to so many, I'm not picking on women only, but obviously I work with a lot of women and stuff, and I met a lot of women. A lot of them have sort of just thrown things away for this crazy lifestyle that they think they're going to get, when in fact, if most people knew what it takes to actually succeed in that business, it wouldn't be sexy anymore. Like, you know, you think putting on lovely outfits and all the rest of it is going to make you feel great, but then you have to take pictures and blah, 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 different outfits. You have to speak to people all day long. Like, you know, trust me, it's a 24-hour job the moment you start. And the moment you miss one message, especially if it's someone that's subscribing or paying money, if you miss a message, that person cuts you off forever. You lose that client. So it's a savage business, really, and it's brutal. And you need to be really strong and obviously be willing to put that work in and stuff. So yeah,
I think, like you say, unfortunately, because of social media, there are a lot of men out there that think they're entitled to this life, that they can see all these beautiful women, and vice versa. Let's say women looking at men, and they just think that the grass is greener. It's not. It's harder, in fact. If you get this woman that's on Instagram and she happens to deign to go out with you, and again, vice versa.
Yeah. Katie, do you want to go over to TikTok? Do you want to go live on TikTok? If you go live and then just come join me, then we'll put it on over there, because now we've got the new setup. It's going to be a hell of a lot easier. But guys, yes, this one gets the back tingling. Tough one. Big debate. Right, let's get Kitty in here, and then when she comes in, I will. Okay, so I need to make my screen bigger here now, don't I? Let's just make a slight tactical adjustment here, guys. Don't think I need to be that big, do I? No, I just put myself like that. I'm happy with that. It doesn't affect the podcast view. No, that's fine. How are we doing over here on the other platforms? Let me boot you. I need to kick her. She's still here. Let's do a screen share. Oh, no, not a thing. Let's share the screen. Spare me 2 seconds. Guys, Windows, TikTok Live Studio, boom, share, boom, accept. Good afternoon. I've disappeared. What's that? And that is the why's my audio gone crazy? Right, I'm going